proceeds from petrol subsidy removal should be used. Man, LCCI list options. That story is on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. If you like to read further and know how, you can go pick up the paper and read. Our last story from the Nation this morning is from the international scene. It reads, Trump flies to New York for arraignment. Trump flies to New York for arraignment. I mean, I picked out this story because I was thinking that we could learn one or two things, from where systems are more powerful than individual. That's the Nation newspaper for you today. Let's go pick up the Punch. After the Punch, I'll come take your thoughts on the show this morning. We'll start from page 27 of the Punch newspaper. Chinese loans rise by 209% under Buhari. Chinese loans rise by 209% under Buhari. That story is on page 27 of the Punch newspaper. Let's go to pages 4 and 5. 22-year-old Ogun lady found dead in room. 22-year-old Ogun lady found dead in room. Boyfriend held. That's pages 4 and 5 is where you'd find that story. I'm still on page 4. Tanker fire worsens. Lagos-Ibadan expressway gridlock. Tanker fire worsens. Lagos-Ibadan expressway gridlock. Stories on page 4. I'm going to flip to page 2 now. There's a story here. Tinubu to decide subsidy removal date after inauguration. APC campaign. Tinubu to decide subsidy removal date after inauguration. APC campaign. A story is on page 2. We're going to go to page 5 right now. We have two stories on page 5. We're still with the Punch, by the way. We're still with the Punch. Customs NDLEA intercept tramadol mixed with candies. That's sweet. Customs rather. NDLEA intercept tramadol mixed with candies. So the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted 143.8 million tablets of tramadol imported into Nigeria from India, weighing 10.386 kilograms, and mixed with cartons of sweet candies. Okay. Let's take another story from page 5. Same paper, page 5. Multi-million naira goods destroyed in Lagos warehouse fire. Multi-million naira goods destroyed in Lagos warehouse fire. Goods worth millions of naira were destroyed in a fire incident that occurred at Flux Logistics warehouse facility on the Sapara Williams Street off Obakran Avenue in the Ikeja area of Lagos on Sunday. The fire was said to have started at about 9 a.m. The director, Lagos State Fire Service, Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adeshaye, in a statement said the fire involved finished distilled volatile chemical products made of ethanol and packed in combustible bottles. That's the Punch newspaper. If you like to read further, you can go pick it up and read further. Let me take your reactions to these stories now. Feel free to call in on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. Those are the telephone lines. You can, if you're a female, please call this number, 01-465-7190. Everyone has got 60 seconds to share their thoughts on these stories. Okay. WhatsApp is 0809-597-5805 on WhatsApp. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Friday from Ibolere.
Sheriff,
I want to ask, this other country, America like Europe, does the system work? Is it that their judiciary is not under the government, or is it that government is not the government that appoint their security agent, the security chief, the chief of maybe the attorney general, the chief of justice? Because in our whole year, you hardly see where S leader president is evil query. The only person that will recover money for is Abacha. I believe if Abacha is alive today, nobody will recover anything from him. I don't know why our own system is different from their system. Is it that I don't just know, Sheriff? Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling me. Appreciate your time. Nigeria Info, good morning to you. Good morning. Please turn off your radio. Turn it off and call me back, please. Thank you for understanding. Appreciate it. Feel free to drop me a comment on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, I'm coming there in a moment. Let's continue with the calls. Good morning to you. Morning. Turn it off and call me back. All right. Let me go to WhatsApp now before I go to the telephone, okay? I have some WhatsApp messages here that says, it says, correct me if I'm wrong, the political parties that said the presidential election was fraudulent, but all their representatives collected their certificate of return, both in Senate and House of Representatives. I thought they should have rejected the COR because this election is not free. This election is not free and fair. Abdul Gomez, that's your name. Okay, thank you for sharing, though. Appreciate it. Let me take another one quickly. Let's take another message before we go back to the telephone. Okay. This person says, the truth is that democracy must have teeth. The investigations and prosecution for electoral offenses, ethnic offenses, religious crisis must start at the top. The way a clear message is sent, we will defend democracy with all our might and throw the book at you whenever we find evidence of abuse of power. Endurance Yawa from Pakuro sent that in. Endurance, thank you. I understand what you're trying to say, okay? But thanks for your thought. Appreciate it. Good morning to you.
Mr. Sherry.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, please.
My name is Mazi Azubika. I'm calling from Radio Show.
Welcome.
I want to talk about all the Zakani issue. This all the Zakani issue that people have been talking about, say that whether giving to all the Zakani or not giving to all the Zakani. I believe that the Senate themselves that can choose who can be their Senate president. What I'm urging those people that is rejecting all the Zakani is that let them wait and see where the Senate sits, the 10th Senate sits. Let us see what they can be able to bring out as their leader in that place before people can be able to comment on anything about bringing Ozokan or not Ozokan. That is my own submission on this Ozokan issue.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, too, for calling me. Appreciate your time. Good morning to you.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Hello?
We can hear you. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
Yes, please.
Mr. Sherry. This is Polycarp from Elasa.
You're welcome.
People be saying that, propaganda will not stop them from, pushing their mandate. I support him totally. All of these, all the allegations they are making are unfounded, especially in the case of people planning for interim government and all of that. Quickly again, Ojus Okalo, they are trying to take him as a Senate president. Well, APC is known for their imposition of leaders on Nigerians. As far as I'm concerned, the Southeasterners have never supported Ojus Okalo. So if they want to impose him on us, they are free. Thank you so much.
Thank you, too, for calling. Appreciate it. Nigeria Info, good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Sherry.
Good morning to you.
Messi calling from Ikorodu.
Messi, what's your story?
So my story is on this market and warehouse fire.
Okay.
Has it become a normal or what? Because I know that since January till now, we have had about 6 to 7 market fire. What is the government doing about it? We are not hearing about house fire, but all we are hearing is about market fire, warehouse fire. What is going on? Thank you.
Thank you, too, Messi. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. 741, Dailies today. Good morning to you.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, see you on the line. Yes, I want to comment on the issue of Ojus Okalo.
Okay.
You see, Mr. Sheriff, if you have an incoming person that his life history is questionable, and the VP has a question mark, and Ojus Okalo, whom I know personally, can never support him. If I don't know him, I will not comment about him. Then the country will be in a big trouble. I pray that such thing will never happen to this country again. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you, CJ. 742, Nigeria Info. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, Obina from Ziaraba.
What's your story?
At the same of Ojus Okalo.
Oh, yeah, no.
I always wonder why government of Nigeria always force a candidate or somebody that the Igbo race do not want. This is what happened in Imo State, and it's now happening on Ozokano. They have heard everybody, nobody from the east has supported this man, from the first stage. having on that region. Thank you.
Good morning to you. Thank you too for calling me. Okay, let's see if this person would correct this. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
I'm from Surulere.
Who again?
Femi.
Femi, welcome. Talk to me.
Yes. Well, I want to speak on the Oyedepo's comments about the audio. I just want to make it short. Nowhere has anybody debunked that it is real or not. Why are they not revealing clearly? Everybody is just beating about the bush. Tell us if it is real. We are not saying you campaigned or you didn't campaign. Did the call happen? Did the call not happen? I don't know why our religious and political leaders always want to stand in between and not give us clarity. Give us clarity. Did you have the call with this person? That is what everybody wants to know. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Femi, for calling me. It's 7:43 going on 44 in 2 seconds. Eta Enyam on our live stream on YouTube says, please answer the question on why our leaders are not brought forward like America. Eta Enyam, thank you for asking the questions. Appreciate your thought, though. Appreciate it. Essentially, that's why I brought up that particular story, as a matter of fact. Okay. I think we can all answer that question. That particular question, rather. Let me take a few more calls before we go on to take our next paper, which is the Guardian newspaper. Some stories are waiting for us in there. Let's see who we've got here. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning to you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
I want to talk about bank deposits that they are not saying. Customers are not depositing with cash. The way it is, what we've actually gone through. We are not simply sure. And for me, I don't trust this government. That's why even if I have cash, instead of just depositing in the bank, I keep it in my house. But you know that there's not even cash in the town. Because what happens now is a lot of what we do now is through POS. We just pay, okay, transfer and all that. So once the situation normalizes, I think we will go back to depositing our cash in the bank. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one yourself. Okay, thanks for calling. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please. Morning to you.
Yes, please. I want to confirm.
I can't hear you. Where you are is noisy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, I want to confirm about the 209%.
What?
The 209% the debt Quadry.
What about it?
I want to confirm the main.
The what?
I want to confirm the main.
Do you want to call me back once you the what?
The loan for the China. I said it has increased to 209% from Quadry's release.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we should be preparing our China name now.
I have no idea what you're saying. I don't understand your thought, my friend. I really don't understand. Try and put it together and call me back. I'll be expecting your call back. Morning to you. Good morning.
Sharif.
Yes, please. Morning. Yes, please.
Please tell your callers to talk audibly so that people will hear.
Exactly.
Many of them calling as if they are talking to themselves. They are talking to the whole world. People are hearing you all over the world. They should talk so that we can understand what they are saying.
I understand. I understand. Thank you. I understand, really. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Sharif.
You're calling the female line. You're not supposed to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still going to stick to the female line, though. Morning to you.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How was your night?
Yeah, it was there.
And how was your night?
It was just there.
We thank God for another day.
We thank God.
You know why I like you when you talk?
Yeah, no.
You teach us how to love. Even when they did not love us, you teach us. You don't know you are preaching.
Yeah.
For us to love them, even though they did not like us, so we have to love them and pray for them, Abi.
Yes, we have to.
Thank you for teaching us how to love. Again,
as America is arranging Trump.
Yeah.
Why is not happen in our country? It's because they always arrange themselves into power. They will not allow those who will bring them to sit and judge them to come into that place. But the time will come, it will happen in this country. Thank you.
I believe so too. I strongly believe that a time will come. We'll begin to see change. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Thank you for doing a great job.
Thank you.
Nigeria have their own sheriff. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling.
Okay. My take is on the interim government as highlighted by Haneze and Arewa and all those things.
That's right.
Yeah, most things here we easily forget history. Before the election, El-Rufai made a statement about the interim government, and he mentioned people in Asarok. Even Tinubu in Ogun State mentioned about the interim government in Ogun State, in Israeli. And all they were pointing was towards the Kaba within APC. But the narrative now is they are now trying to push it as if it's LP obedient that is planning that interim government. I listened to Ayo on Rice TV yesterday. All his comments was about obedient, Labour Party, Igbo, as if we are the one planning all this thing. But El-Rufai have mentioned the name of the person that they want to install as the interim for the interim government. But nobody is talking about it. DSS cannot even question El-Rufai. You question Tinubu on how they get information about interim government. But they are not pushing it so that people will start attacking people of Igbo extraction. That's not fair. That's dangerous. Thank you.
Thank you too, and I think it's dangerous as well. I honestly agree with you that it's dangerous to start tagging and labeling some people behind interim government plots. Let the DSS who made the announcements conduct their investigations and make arrests if possible and prosecute, so as to serve as deterrent to others who may have such idea or who might have such idea in the future. Good morning to you. I think that call dropped. Let's go to the Guardian newspaper. I'm sorry. Just stay on the line. Stay on the line with me, please. Let's go take some stories now. The Guardian has this one here on page 3. 28 women die daily of cervical cancer in Nigeria. That story is on page 3. Yeah. I mean, we talk about cervical cancer every now and again, especially here on Nigeria Info, but we apparently we can't have enough of such conversation. Director of Research at the Nigeria Institute of Medical Research, NIMR, Professor Oliver Ezechi, has said 28 women die daily of cervical cancer in the country. Addressing at event to check the scourge among girls and women yesterday in Lagos, Ezechi identified vaccination gaps, poor awareness, cultural issues, and screening as some of the challenges militating against successful containment of the disease. You know, the funny thing about cervical cancer is that it's preventable. That's the amazing thing about of all the cancers that we have. I mean, this is surely preventable because there's vaccine for it. Okay, you know what? We'll do something about it on Health Thursday. Not this Thursday, though, because we have an issue that we want to treat on Health Thursday this week. But we'll bring it back. We'll bring the cervical cancer conversation back and bring an oncologist on the show to discuss cervical cancer. It's bad. It's really, I mean, the numbers are really bad. I'm going to take a few more stories from the Guardian newspaper. Let's take this one here. Obi's leaked phone call with Oyedepo raises dust. This story has riders. The first rider reads, leaked audio on Obi Oyedepo. Deep fake, says LP campaign. Okonkwo, audio taken out of context. Obi's spokesman blames NCC for leaked call. I have never campaigned for any politician, says Oyedepo. Namani, Obi introduced religious ethnic politics. Those are the writers to that story. Our last story from the Guardian this morning reads, Pope celebrates Palm Sunday Mass after hospital stay, defends the abandoned. That story is on page 6. Pope celebrates Palm Sunday Mass after hospital stay, defends the abandoned. Page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. this morning. So let's go take our last paper. Then after the last paper, I can come and be taking your thoughts. But we'll start from WhatsApp and go across all other channels. Governors, EFCC, CBN to meet over security votes. That story is on page 6. Governors, EFCC, CBN to meet over security votes. Story on page 6 this morning. Senate President, APC Group says Kalu most qualified. Opposition against zoning speakership to Northwest grows. Opposition against zoning speakership to Northwest grows. That story is on pages 26, 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Now, let me take more reactions. Let's start with WhatsApp this time. Let's start with WhatsApp. This person says, this is Tosin, please. I want to say this. Just like a video I watched on Daily Faro to me, Nigerians are intelligent, but when it concerns them, also, I can never pity all these public bus drivers. If anybody complains they are charging them too much, I will just clap for them. Paying 13,000 naira, as MC Olomo said, they haven't seen anything. I will ensure I don't forget my balance on their hand. Thank you, Sheriff. So this conversation is for tomorrow, Tosi. And that is what we're having all day tomorrow from 5 a.m. And then we resume back on it at 8 a.m. So the conversation about how much commercial transporters pay, and I'm using the word carefully, transporters, because I'm putting everybody in the same box. The keke, the Okadas, where Okadas are operating, the painted taxis, the unpainted taxis, the painted buses, the Korokways, and everybody. I'm putting everybody, in the same, So this conversation is for tomorrow, and I hope that you resend this message tomorrow so it can be properly situated. Okay, Americans are not trailing or are not putting Judge Bush on trial for his atrocities in Iraq. So people praising U.S. should know that Trump is the first ex-president to be charged. That's Greenish. Greenish, thank you for your thought, and nobody's doubting that really. But what people are saying is that it's the first, and it's something is something worthy of emulation by other countries, really. Let's see. Gatti from Babcock says, please, can Bishop Oyedepo clear the air about the trending phone call? Now I'm getting confused about who we can call a respected man of God with dignity and honor. That's from Gatti from Babcock. Gatti, thank you. 7:55. Let's go now to Facebook. We have comments on our live stream on Facebook, so I'm just going to take a few. This person, Maolebara, says, why should they tell people who they manipulated in an election not to go to court? They are jittery because they know the election was fraught with irregularities. Maolebara, thank you for sharing. Peter Akot says, Odua says they won't allow Tinubu suffer Abiola's fate. Is this a threat? Why not tell the government not to allow Tinubu suffer Abiola's fate? No individuals or groups of individuals has power to determine what will happen in Nigeria. They should be guarded. That's Peter Akot who sent that on Facebook, our live stream on Facebook. So we're going to take, let's go to YouTube very quickly now. I'm going to take this one here from Blair Anya, who says, I'm not sure that institutions can be strengthened with the current and incoming set of leaders. Many of them benefit from these weak systems. They cannot be held accountable, so nothing changes. As Blair Anya, who sent that. Blair, thank you. Our Skype ID for Adeyemi, who is asking, Skype ID is Nigeria Info FM. That's our Skype ID. Okay. I think I've taken Eta's own. Let me take Destiny's own. Destiny says, Destiny is responding to Eta Ayam's message. That is asking me a question. Okay. This person, Adeyemi Johnson, says, Sheriff, please help clear the line of thought on Peter Obi and Pastor Oyedepo. That's Adeyemi is in diaspora. Adeyemi, you didn't exactly state in that where in diaspora you're sending this message from, but I can't clear the air. The actors themselves will have to clear the air, and I think they've said one or two things. It's left for you if you have further questions, and you can push it to them. It's not in my place to start clearing people's air for them. It is their air now. Why are you saying I should be clearing people's air? Air clearer. Okay, it's 7:57. Let me take one last call this morning. Good morning to you.
Hi, Sheriff. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Jonathan, I'm great.
Welcome, Jonathan.
Yeah, Sheriff, I want to talk about this Senate seat that is in zone. Is it this zone or the Eastern brother is canvassing for it?
The what?
Let me just use I have been listening since morning.
Okay.
This is what I have to say. As a matter of fact, my wife is from that state, and I know what people are saying. People said that I want to urge the Easterners. This is the time they should rally around their person. Just like that man said, there is no politicians, they are all the same thing. So I expect them to rally around. If Kalu is pushing for it right now, I expect them to rally around him. Not tomorrow. On this air now, they will start complaining that they are marginalized. And all of them that are calling, unfortunately, they are not mentioning another name that will stand as an option. And I know that name will not stand because it's political arrangement that they use to give that seat out. They should know that. So I expect them. I'm appealing to them. This is a golden chance. They should rally around. If it's the Northerner, they will rally around that person. If the Westerner, they will rally around that person. These Easterners, rally around your brother right now. Enjoy your morning, Sheriff.
Thank you. Enjoy your day too. Appreciate it. 7:59. We have to call it a morning at this juncture. Lagos, thank you for being a part of this conversation. But we're not done yet. Yesterday was World Autism Awareness Day. So this morning we've decided to talk about autism. I have a specialist on the show that will be joining me any moment now after the news, and we'll talk some more. So please sit back. At 9 o'clock, we go back to our earlier conversation at 5 a.m. about moving on, what you've learned from the last elections, and whether what you've learned has strengthened your belief in the system or has weakened it. Yeah, that's coming out at 9. So stay here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those. Those that need to be fired are fired.
It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not a